So this is Leah. I'm going to be asking her a couple questions about her family and her child. So briefly, just tell me about your family and your son.
Okay, my family is the three of us, which is me, Leah, I'm 23, my boyfriend Kyle, who's 26, and my son River, who's 9.5 months old right now.
How do you think he's developing physically? Like, is he reaching certain milestones, like crawling, walking, things like that?
Yeah, so far he has been right on track with his milestones. He just got a second tooth. He's crawling around, climbing upstairs. He's standing up against tables, couches, other things, and scaling them a little bit. He's eating solid foods. He tries to feed himself and he holds up his own bottle, sits up, pretty much moves independently. His only physical thing that's a little different or abnormal would be his head. He was diagnosed with torticollis at 4 months old, which makes his head to be abnormally shaped and kind of asymmetrical. So since he's 7 months old, he's been wearing a cranial band to reshape his head and make it more symmetrical. And for size and just like I think the last time we checked, he was 26 inches tall and about 22 pounds, which the doctor said was a good healthy height and weight.
Okay, that's great. So what about his cognitive development, like in language and things like that?
He started talking a little. He said basic things like hi and dada, and he's starting to recognize words like no, and he knows that that means stop, and so he's doing something wrong. He recognizes things that make him happy. If he sees his bottle or food, he smiles and gets excited. If he sees me or my boyfriend, he gets excited and instantly wants to crawl towards us. So I think he's on track.
So could you elaborate a little bit on his reactions and emotional expressions and stuff?
Yeah. Uh, well, he definitely notices things and recognizes things. So if he sees me doing something, he'll try and reenact it. We'll do things like clapping your hands and we'll say it, and he'll start to clap with me. He becomes familiar with a lot of things and gets excited. He loves Mickey Mouse. He immediately lights up when he hears it or sees it, and he'll start to yell in a good way. He'll scream happy because he loves that show. He's very expressive. If he's upset, he'll definitely show it. And he constantly is trying to make us laugh. If he notices that we've laughed at something he's done, he'll continue to do it so he can see us laugh again. And he's pretty much like this with everyone. He enjoys being around people. He doesn't get upset whenever there's unfamiliar people around. He's a pretty easygoing guy. He just takes it in stride, and it doesn't freak out too much for a 9 month old. I would say he's pretty behaved.
So how is River's temperament? How does he like react with other people in public or at home?
He actually is very much so a people person. He really just goes with whatever. He meets people, gets to know them, and even if he doesn't know them, he's still pretty chill. He'll let just about anyone hold him. He doesn't get upset at all. When we go out in public, he loves to see other kids. He gets excited and waves to them and starts screaming at them for their attention, just gets super excited. And this is especially when we go to the grocery store. He loves to sit there and look at everyone. He wants everyone to look at him, and other kids and babies really are what make him happy.
If you had to sum up River's temperament, how would you describe that?
I think the easiest way to describe him is just chill and easygoing. He's definitely adventurous. He gets excited and he wants to get into anything he can. And he's constantly gravitating towards new things rather than things he's already seen before. So I would just say he's curious and chill and overall a happy baby.
So, how is your relationship with River in comparison to like your boyfriend's relation with him?
Um, well, River and I are definitely the closest. He's a mama's boy for sure. And we're pretty much together all day of every day, except for whenever I go to work on some evenings. And the occasional date night, he'll spend the night at his grandma's. And if I'm at work, he's typically at home with my boyfriend, but majority of his awake time is spent with me. If he's waking up in the middle of the night, I'm going to be the one to get him and take care of him. And usually, if he wakes up at a certain point, I'll let him sleep in bed with me until the morning. And honestly, once he's in bed with me, we spend the rest of the day together until about 5 whenever I head to work. So, only 3 to 4 hours of his awake time, I'm not there. And I don't think that he's overly attached to me because he's fine when I'm not there, but if I leave, if he can see me and I'm not paying him attention, that's whenever he starts to have attention issues because it's kind of an out of sight, out of mind thing for him. But if I'm there, he's going to be wanting me to pay him attention.
So, how long have you and your boyfriend Kyle been together?
December was 2 years officially, but before we started dating, we had known each other 2 years before that.
And what do you guys do for a living?
He works for a trucking company doing logistics, assigning freight to trucks, and telling them where to go. And then I am a waitress and bartender at a restaurant called Show Me's.
What things do you do on a day-to-day basis to try to help enhance his development?
Well, we're constantly checking the normal milestones that he's supposed to be reaching, and right now we're working on walking, so I'll hold his hands and then I'll walk behind him and let him lead. I will repeat a word or action and make it familiar to him. Just like the clapping thing again, I'll look at him and I'll say, clap your hands, and do that and make him follow me. And whenever we do little tasks, I'll say what we're doing. I'll say, like, if we're walking up the stairs, I'll say, we're walking up the stairs. So he can start to put 2 and 2 together and know that this correlates with this.
All right, well, thank you, Leah, for letting me interview you today. It sounds like River's doing an amazing job in his development, and I hope that continues. It sounds like you have a really good little boy here.
Thank you.